How does George Harrison switch from a diminished chord to a dominant seventh in a fraction of a second? Here are the secrets. So in the song My Sweet Lord, George Harrison switches from a diminished chord to a dominant seventh in like a fraction of a second. It's very impressive, and I'm going to show you a cheat on how you can do it too. This song starts off in E minor and A. And then it goes D and B minor. And then it goes now what the first chord actually is it's an F sharp diminished, which is the correct chord for the key we're playing this in, which is an E minor. The second chord is B dominant seventh. Now, notice they're both based off the second fret, because F sharp is just above B. So, F sharp diminished, B dominant seventh. So what we're actually doing here is playing the F sharp diminished and switching to B dominant seventh real quick. Now what I actually do, instead of playing, as you can see, F sharp diminished, I actually play an F sharp diminished seventh, but I don't hit the second string. If you look at how F sharp diminished is structured, you won't play the second string at all. You don't even have to play the first string. What's important is the first four notes. Now this is important because in the triad of F sharp diminished, which is F sharp, C, and A, you can't really fit another triad note in there unless, I mean, it would be very difficult to do. So really all you have to actually do is worry about the first four strings. If you look at the triad, if you look at the chord formation for B dominant seventh, it's almost the same exact thing. This is the B seventh chord. It's almost the same thing, you're just hitting that D sharp on the second string. So you actually are playing the second string in that measure. What I actually do is I play the F sharp diminished seventh, but I don't hit the second string because you wouldn't hit the second string in an F sharp diminished anyways. So that's really all I'm doing. And honestly, when you look at it, all I'm really doing is playing F sharp diminished seventh, not hitting the first and second strings, and then I'm just removing my finger from the fifth string and letting it go from C naturally back to B. And I'm playing that full chord all the way down. So you're really only playing those couple of strings for a split second. So it takes so long, I know. Oh, I know. So all you're doing is you're taking this first three strings, and then starting at the fifth, you're strumming the whole thing down. Or you can make the diminished seventh shape. Just don't hit the first and second strings, and then be diminished. You're just lifting your finger up off that C right there. So that's today's lesson on how to incorporate a diminished chord into a song, and how to switch it from a diminished seventh, which is supposed to be a diminished, but from a diminished seventh to a dominant seventh. It's one note difference, and that's going to be today's lesson and how to incorporate a diminished seventh or a diminished chord into a song. And until next time, keep rocking.